Good morning and welcome to day 35 of 100 Days of Minecraft. As you can see, I spent the night here with the chickens and I got a total of 8 eggs, and in a minute I'm going to hatch them in here, and I'm going to use the bottom part as a sort of a chicken coop. Let me just make sure it's safe first. I see a skeleton. No creepers that I can see. Okay, I guess I'm safe. Let's see if we get a baby chicken. I'm going to use the bottom part of this as a coop, and wait, they're running. Wait, stop, I need to seal you in. Okay. I guess, chickens, baby animals, oh, zombie. Baby animals like to be with their parents, so I guess the chickens, when they saw adult chickens nearby, they made a run for it. And, did they make it? Yep. They don't understand. They're too young to know that they're going to be devoured. Okay. So I think I'm done with the chickens for now. I've spent a lot of time. I'll leave those 6 or 7 chickens up there just clucking around while I go back to my base and work on other projects. So I was checking around on the internet trying to find out about the what was going on with the baby chicken. Oh, there's a creeper. Hopefully he will not follow me into the water. Alrighty, I get some free dirt blocks here out of this encounter. Anyway, there was different speculation about what was going on with the chickens. If the adults were really killing them, if they were drowning. I think the consensus is that the chickens, they're actually drowning. They're not being pushed against anything because there's no current, but they just can't stay afloat for very long like the adults. So when they get trapped in a body of water, they die. I tested this out in creative mode. I put some chickens in the ocean far from shore, and the babies, even when they were nowhere near adults, after about a minute, they just seemed to die for no reason. But I choose to think that the adults are eating their young. That's my interpretation of events, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, I'm making my way back here. I'm going a little deeper into the desert on the return trip, hoping to see new things. Specifically, if I could see any dungeons. Sometimes they cause the surface sand to collapse, and you can see them. Then you just dig out the sand on top and open up the chests, and hopefully I would get some melon seeds that way. Also, there might be an NPC village somewhere in this desert. I'm not going far enough in to really find that many new things, though. Someday I'm going to have to really chart out this desert, bring a map with me, and make sure I've covered every square inch. But this is interesting. It's not a dungeon, but I've never seen this configuration of sand and water before. It's like stepping stones. Can I make it all the way across? Not quite. Very interesting. Okay, here's the lava pool. Ouch. Let's see if I can collapse the sand. No. Well, there's not much more for me to say. I guess we can just sit back and listen to the music. There's the second jungle temple, desert temple, which means I'm very near home. Ah, I bet I could collapse this. Yeah, now that's more like it. But it doesn't appear to connect to anything. So I'd really like some feedback. What do people think? Should I try to talk constantly and say interesting things throughout? Or is it fine to pause for a couple minutes and just let everyone appreciate the music? Well, anyway, as I said, I'm leaving the chickens behind. I'm going to start on a new project. I need to do a little bit of inventory management here and get some supplies because today I'm going to start work on the pumpkin farm. And I know building farms is not the most interesting part of the game, but I'm trying to create a base where I have access to all resources, including all crops. And that should come in handy later on. I'm only about a third of the way through the game, so once I've got my farms going and I have all animals, chickens, sheep, pigs, and potatoes and carrots and pumpkins and melons, then things should start getting more interesting. So I'm just going to clear away this sand here. And I will put the pumpkin farm right here next to the wheat farm. But I want it to be on the same level so it looks nice. Okay, and I think I want 3 blocks between the farms, so that's 3. And then these steps would go here, and then the soil after that. So I'm going to put in the first row of soil just to mark the edge. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Steps, soil. And then we want this to go out 9, because it's a 9x9 farm. Okay, I just want to make sure I get the edges right. And this actually comes out pretty close to my base. Which is good, because that means when I'm on my base, the pumpkins may continue growing. Ah yes, the creeper hole. A lot of people, when they're filling in holes, they just fill in the top level and then leave a big hole underneath. I don't like doing that, because if I'm ever digging around, I don't want to fall through hollow ground. So I'm just going to completely fill this in. And it looks like it's gotten a bit dark, so I should probably call it a day, but I will continue working through the night and get as much done on this farm as possible. So I will see you tomorrow morning on day 36. This is me, waving good night.